I've seen something else a lot more about it. Food I can send that to you. I can print it out.
There's a reason they do that.
Call to order the Shandaken Town Board meeting for October 2013. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Board Member Marlett? Here. Board Member Bernstein?
Here.
Board Member Hughley?
Here.
Board Member Jordan?
Here.
Supervisor Scanlon?
Here. Did I take a motion for the previous town board meetings?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Supervisor's financial report, September 2013. Venetia Water District interest, $7.40. Ambulance fees, $4,130.90. Ambulance donations, $150. Library rent, Venetia, $300. Venetia Library electric reimbursement, $153.17. Justice fees, $15,437. Town clerk fees, $112.24. Police fees, $30. Building permit fees, $3,277.50. Zoning fees, $550. Dog licenses, $84.50. Mariner Tower, $762.20. Highway interest, $160.87. Fuel reimbursement, $242.09. Pine Hill water rents, $5,000. Marshall and Sterling, $383. State aid per capita, $14,127. Time Water, $16,489.96 for a total of $61,397.83. Communications. Month of October 2013. Budget. Tonight we have a tentative budget to be considered for approval as the preliminary budget for the town. Again, this... Rick, thank you. Again, this year we are providing a comparative budget showing the difference in revenues and expenditures from last year to this. Just to highlight a few things, there are 2% pay raises for all general employees, other than those contractually obligated to the police and highway departments. I've also increased the supervisor's salary from $30,000 to $35,000, the highway superintendent's from $44,346 to $47,500, and the ambulance chief's from $10,000 to $12,500. Please remember that the supervisor's line was reduced starting in 2010 when I took office, and that no elected official has received a raise since then. These salaries are more in line with what our counterparts receive throughout the county. The justice contractual line is increasing to reflect the hiring of special prosecutors that were needed in the justice court this past year. There's a reduction of $18,572 out of the supervisor's contractual line. This is due to the closure of a legal settlement with the state that has come to completion. The independent accounting line has been increased due to the federal mandate to hire independent auditors to review our books annually, while we continue to receive federal funds in excess of $500,000 annually, which will continue as we still have recovery work from Irene to pursue. Our electric, elections, and recycling costs are increasing slightly, and the town clerk has requested an increase in the records management line for needed record storage equipment. Lastly, the retirement benefits and Social Security costs increase a bit more than 2%, which is a welcome sight after the few years of double-digit increases. We are also anticipating another decrease in the safety net and welfare costs to the town as county continues its takeover of these costs. Overall, we have a budget that shows a spending plan increase of only 0.11%, or $2,560 over last year's figure of $2,358,962. That relates to a tax increase of 0.3%, or $5,040 over last year's total general taxes of $1,686,832. On the highway, we have an increase of 2.06% in spending, or $42,344 over last year's figure of $2,056,597. That relates to a tax increase of 0.67%, or $9,127 over last year's figure of $1,360,338. Adding in all of the fire, water, and lighting districts, the overall tax increase is due to be roughly 0.63%. So as an example, a homeowner who paid $2,000 in town taxes last year would pay $2,012 this coming year. Of course, as always, these figures can and usually do change before the official adoption of the budget in November, as I'm sure there may be some discussion by the town board on this prior to its adoption as the preliminary budget. We are scheduling our annual public hearing for next month prior to our regular town board meeting. Please note that next month's town board meeting, as traditionally held, will be the day after election at 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, November 6th. Highway. We have a resolution tonight to adopt the highway contract. This contract was negotiated last year. And we know that the highway employees have voted to adopt it, but we have not heard from the CSEA rep concerning this. The contract as negotiated is retroactive to January 2012. The contract will now be a 4-year contract with raises of 0%, 1%, 2%, 2% from 2012 through December 2015. They have also agreed to increase their healthcare contributions and considerably raise contributions from employees hired after January 2013. I'd like to thank Councilman Jordan in helping Eric and I with the negotiations, and the Highway Department employees for their recognizing sacrifices of other departments and their willingness to be open during the negotiations. Byway, we have a resolution to allow the Central Catskills Chamber of Commerce to act as a business administrator for the scenic byway application before the New York State DOT. This incurs no cost to the town and allows them to continue in their capacity handling any paperwork or information requests from the state regarding the application. Miscellaneous, we have resolutions to hire a new part-time EMT for our ambulance squad and to permit the Phoenicia Turkey Trot to continue, which is scheduled for the Saturday after Thanksgiving. There are also resolutions for the Halloween curfew and liquor license notification waiver for Bel Air Mountain. Lastly, we have 2 last-minute resolutions to approve the water rates or bills to be sent out for the Phoenicia and Pine Hill water districts, which will be standard procedure each time we bill. Our next regular meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, November 6th, 2013 at 6:30 p.m.
Just a question on the highway. We've got a resolution tonight to adopt the highway contract.
Yes.
I hear you say the highway employees voted to adopt it, but we haven't heard, and I'm assuming the CSEA rep hasn't signed it?
Yeah, what traditionally has occurred is we get a notice from the CSEA rep after they vote, after they ratify their contract. They ratified their contract back in January or February of this year. And we have reached out to him, emailed him, called him on the phone, and we have gotten no response from him. We talked to the highway employees, they passed it, no problem.
Isn't he required to sign that contract?
He signed off on the preliminary contract, there was no changes after that, and we will still continue to try to get him, but we need to ratify this contract at this point.
How are we gonna adopt a resolution to adopt? I mean, I'm all for adopting it, good contract, et cetera, but if he hasn't signed it, how are we gonna?
Well, the employees signed it, there's representatives from the CSEA in the highway department that actually signed the contract.
Signed that contract like,
If we can get them to answer a phone and come in and be the third signature or fourth signature on it. Fourth signature, Eric?
yeah.
It's just the 3 town employees, isn't it? And Howard.
So if Howard hasn't signed it, right?
But he hasn't given us any information on it. We know that they approved it, they've been working under this.
That's what I understand, I'm just saying, if the signatures aren't on that, how come?
So we can add a verbiage to the resolution stating pending the signature of the CSE representative. There's no reason he wouldn't be, they ratify it. So it's just, he hasn't returned our calls, I don't know what's going on.
I'm having some contracts with CSEA, their rep doesn't, in my experience, didn't have to sign it. It was signed by the people that were actually under the contract. Now, this may be something different.
The last one I looked at just had a line for the CSE rep to sign.
Again, I haven't even looked at it since it was approved last year. I mean, what was that?
I'm just trying not to get jammed up or make a resolution.
It's a good question, but
If he hasn't signed it.
We don't see anywhere, we don't see where the CSE rep is going to come out.
Don't want to sign it, it's not going to adopt it, we're not going to adopt it for a second.
So we'll add that to the resolution. Any other communications?
Okay,
Anything else?
all right. Congratulations to the parents of Alessio Zanelli of Phoenicia. Alessio was born on September 15th, and he was our first Shandaken home birth of 2013. And we have photos of Alessio on our website, if you want to look at him. He's very cute. Yay! The Hart Family fundraiser was a huge success, thanks to all who donated items, gifts, certificates, donated their time and money, helped in preparing the food, setting up, cleaning up, and just being there. The Hart family was very happy and overwhelmed by our kindness and generosity in the town. This is what small town life is all about, right? Okay. Phoenicia Fish and Game Association has their big roast coming up on Saturday, October 12th, 1 to 5. Wild West Weekend in Phoenicia is October 12th and 13th. Shandaken Animal Volunteer Efforts Save will host a fundraiser here at the Town Hall on Saturday, October 19th, 11 to 5, with a bake sale, tag sale, and have your photo taken with your dog. Bring your leash dog in for this fun event. Fall Festival at Big Indian Park is Saturday, October 19th, 11 to 4. Pine Hill Steampunk Festival, and Rusty's going to tell us about that, is October 25th, 26th, 27th. Catskill Mountain Classic Car Club will have a custom cruising car show at Resort Ridge Pizza on Route 28, October 26th, 4 to 7 p.m. And the last annual autumn dance is at the Parish Hall at St. Francis de Sales Church on Saturday, October 26th, 7 to 11. And I made all these very short because you can find out all this information on our website, which is www.shandaken.us, or the town's Facebook page, as well as the town calendar, which are both linked to our website. I cannot stress enough what an asset the town website can be. If you don't have a computer, remember the folks at the Phoenicia Library and Pine Hill Community Center can help you look up items, help you re-register for STAR, or let you use their public computers. Also, for your convenience, these videos of the town board meetings can be viewed on your computer or electronic device through our YouTube channel. So if you're having trouble sleeping at night, just go to the YouTube channel, check out Town of Shandaken, all one word, and you'll be off to dreamland. That's it.
Just to add, we do have another event going on down at the Emerson that is it's basically replacing the Fall Festival that took place in Bel Air Historically, we do have the New York Rising Community Tent. What we're asking is that any residents, if you have the time to stop by over the weekend, visit this New York Rising Communities Tent. We have surveys about flood response, flood activities, what occurred historically, what occurred to you personally. Again, we're trying to get not only information, but we're also looking for innovative ideas as to what other people out there may think may suffice in flood mitigation, as well as narratives about the flood that we would like to keep a historical record of. So please, if you have a moment over Saturday and Sunday, please stop by the New York Rising Communities Tent down at the Emerson this weekend. Appreciate it. So with that, Rusty?
I got
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Rusty. Okay.
Just a quick one. As a resident of Phoenicia and often driving in and out of Bridge Street, I'd like to take this opportunity to publicly thank Linda Beyer for all the hours, efforts, and artistry that she's put into that attractive and welcoming flower bed up there at the entrance of Bridge Street. Not only to the planting the flowers, but also maintaining the stone structures and carrying water buckets up and down there through the dry months of July and August. So thank you, Linda, and I don't mean to slight anybody else who might have been helping up there. Linda was the only one I saw, and that's fine. Who does it up there?
Bonnie Shadle, actually. Bonnie Shadle does a tremendous job of Pine. She's always there every year. So thank you, Bonnie, as well.
I have a couple of things. I was sorry that I missed the dinners at the church and the Legion this weekend, but my wife was nice enough to bring home dinners from both. I've had them the last 2 nights, and they were excellent. The fundraiser was exceptional. I really would like to thank Teresa and Joyce and everyone else that helped out, and especially to thank the businesses and all the people that contributed toward the success of that evening. It was really good to see that the town came together so nicely for this family with the tragedy of losing their house. It's one of the great things about living in a town like this, and we are fortunate. So, there's also another special event at the Big Indian Park on the 19th. Maybe you can pull it. Add. Oh, okay.
It's on the website.
Okay. Good.
Shandaken.us, Jim.
Kids oriented.
Kids. Yeah.
Yeah, it's for kids mostly.
The park in Pine Hill is looking great. We have to thank all the people that have worked on that. They put up thanks to the Rotary, they put up new backboards on the basketball court. Those backboards are better than you see at 90% of the schools. They look great. I just hope that the kids will respect them and appreciate what's there. I was used to playing on a wooden backboard in the mud, but I walked to school 5 miles. No, I didn't. Rob and Vinny and I attended a meeting at Bel Air last month having to do with the designation of the property that the state attained on the eastern side of Bel Air. At the request of a number of people, including myself, the DEC did extend the comment period to the end of this month. And they've sort of compromised on the designations as what was explained to us, with real approximate figures of 200 acres of intensive use, about 500 for wild forest, and about 500 for wilderness. And they're trying to include in that wild forest section grooming of cross-country trails. So we'll have to see how that goes. If you're interested in commenting on this, you need to contact Bill Rudge at the New Paltz DEC. And I'm really happy to see that the Alabama Fire Company is starting the breakfast again, in spite of the fact that I'm trying to go on a diet. They'll be at the end of each month. This coming month I'll be in Albany while the meeting is going on, so I won't have to worry about adding on any pounds. Thank you.
Just one thing.
Yes, please.
Just want to remind everyone who currently has a star exemption, not the enhanced, the regular star, that you have to re-register by the end of this year, by December 31st. And I'm sure Heidi will be able to help you. You can go online and do it. Just please remember to do that, or you'll lose it.
Hey, Rob, I got one thing. Several people in the last couple of months have come to me
about our emergency services in this town. And they basically, one young man whose life was saved by the ambulance and the quick action of the police department told me he wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our emergency services. So I just want everybody to know, they may cost something, but when we need them, they're right here. We don't have to wait for them to come from Kingston or some other town. They were here. So we don't, it may cost, but we don't appreciate it till we need them or one of our family. So I just want to thank all that emergency services who all need them.
Just for clarification, regarding what's up on the benches and flower beds within the Pine Hill Park, donated by the Pine Hill Flexions Group. Just to clarify. Thank you. You ready? Is everybody good? Rusty, if you would, please.
Well, my name is Rusty May Moore, and I'm the organizer of the Pine Hill, second annual Pine Hill Steampunk Festival. And I wanted to speak to the town board tonight and to the people attending the town board, just to invite you all to come to the festival. Steampunk is kind of a mixture of science fiction with Victorian sort of history, and is quite popular with a lot of people of many ages, from high school students to septuagenarians. So come on over on October 25th, 26th, and 27th, and give it a shot. You don't have to come all the time. Saturday is the big day, especially for children, and we'll have some event there that probably will be of interest to you. We have around this poster, which we've been sticking in every place we can in town. It's a beautiful poster done by Kurt Boyer, and we're getting a lot of good reaction to it. It's up on the town website, and just click on it, and you can see the whole thing and all the different items in the event. We also have a Facebook page, Pine Hill Steampunk. We have a website, pinehillsteampunkfestival.org. Or you can call, you can call me at 845-254-3309. But I want to say a bit about the festival. One thing that steampunk is characterized by is wearing costumes. And I'm not really wearing a costume tonight, or chickened out, but I did wear my hat. And so this is actually a historical Victorian hat that we got, I think, at Fleischmann's at a festival one day. And so people who come to the festival are certainly invited to wear Victorian-type costumes. And actually, we're going to have costumes there that you can take out of our wardrobe department, which we have borrowed from the town of Roxbury that has a Victorian clothing costume collection. So that's one thing that we have coming up. Another thing that might be of interest to you, we have a lot of bands, and I'll mention those in a minute, but we have an event that is in the tradition of Pine Hill on the afternoon of Saturday, which is a dress up your steampunk pet contest. So you can bring your pet and put them in a steampunk costume, and maybe you can win. And this is something that they've done in Pine Hill for years, and it went into a lapse of several years, and now we're bringing it back. And I think the kids are like that, and everybody like doing that. We also have an event where you learn how to sword fight with padded swords. I don't know if that's your thing, but it is kind of fun. I thought it was stupid, but anyway, it's fun when you start to wheel at each other with these padded swords. So that's another thing we're doing. Bands we have, see the whole concept of this is really, it's to have fun. We want people to come from the neighborhood and to come. There's no real charge for admission. We have a suggested donation, but nobody gets turned away. If you want to come, you can come for free. If you want to make a donation, we'll give you a suggested donation. But this is designed, we're trying to bring people into Pine Hill. and to revive the Main Street. The Main Street Committee is really where we thought up this idea of having a steampunk festival. And we're using, for the festival, the whole town. We're going to have events in the firehouse. We're going to have events in the Pine Hill Community Center. We're going to use the Morton Library. And we're going to have an event in the Shandaken Town Museum, which is an extremely important aspect of the whole town of Pine Hill, to have people coming in there. And we will also be using the park, which actually is right across the street from my house, and I really enjoyed that they put that, the new backboards and thing there. And I'm watching to see that nobody breaks them down. But anyway, I think that there are a lot of the facilities that the town of Shandaken and the taxpayers of Shandaken pay for that we're using to enable us to do this steampunk festival. And some of the people who are coming, we have the biggest promoter of steampunk events in the world coming to participate in this festival, and that's, if we can sell him on the idea that here's a Victorian community, and it's a beautiful little community on the historical register, and we can start to get more people to come and more events. We have bands coming from Brooklyn, from New Jersey. We have a barbershop quartet coming from Long Island. We have Mama Mama, which is Sullivan's band, and Boom Boom Shake, which is coming from Georgia. So we have a lot of different musical events to go along with the other things. We're also having seminars on science fiction, like H.P. Lovecraft, if you're into science fiction. So it's really an experience. Last year, our first festival happened to coincide with Hurricane Sandy. So everybody from the Catskills was in total fear and anxiety by the time, the news